My undying and unwavering love for you is as big as this flower. Which, I guess, is not that much. Now before I start this review, I want to give a very special happy birthday shout out to one of my subscribers, Rakyan HD. Happy birthday, I hope it's going to be an awesome one and I hope you enjoy this review. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and today I'm here to review the anime Ouran High School Host Club. Finally. So Ouran High School Host Club obviously takes place in Ouran Academy, a high school for the wealthy and elite, and we follow this girl by the name of Haruhi. Not that Haruhi. This Haruhi Fujioka, who's a commoner who got accepted into this prestigious academy. Being that this is her first time inside the campus, she obviously gets lost and stumbles into Music Room 3 where she meets the Ouran High School Host Club. In her shock, she breaks this very expensive vase that she couldn't possibly afford to pay back, so now she must join the host club and work with them until her debt is paid, because a Fujioka always pays her debts. Now this is one of my oldest anime review requests, dating back all the way to 2011 when I started taking anime requests more frequently, and it was recommended to me by two of my oldest subscribers, Joe Philiptic Fit and KHO I Love Romeo, and now I finally got the chance to watch and review this anime. And what do I think about it after almost 3 years of ignoring it? I really like this anime a lot. And actually, I knew about Ouran High School Host Club way before I got requested to review it. One of the times I was on YouTube when it first came out, there was this one video I saw called Butterfly. It was based on a DDR song, and it had clips of this anime I've never seen in my life. And I was wondering, what is this anime? And I found out later that it was Ouran High School Host Club, and I did watch the first episode, and then for some reason I stopped. I don't really have a real reason as to why I stopped. I just stopped. If I could find that DDR Butterfly video after 8 years of it being on YouTube, I will gladly post it in the description box so you guys can go check it out, because I really like that song and it really got me interested in Ouran High School Host Club. First things first, let's get the obvious one out of the way. The animation in this anime is really solid. I love the welcoming and vibrant atmosphere that the animation gave off, and it is definitely a shoujo anime. You can tell by the animation alone. I really liked each and every one of our 7 main characters. I mean, each one was likable, each one had their own hilarious moments, each one was entertaining, each one had development, and each one had an interesting backstory that was very emotional. My 2 personal favorites throughout the entire anime were the ones dealing with the twins, Kaoru and Hikari. I really liked the development that they went through, and it gives us insight into their personality, their psyche, and how they were before they were a part of the Ouran High School Host Club. Their backstory really tackles on the whole feeling of alienation and individuality, because since they're twins, not a lot of people could tell them apart, and so it kind of made them distant to other people, thinking that no one could ever get close to them, and they only could rely on each other. The other backstory that I really liked and I thought was well executed and really emotional was the one dealing with Kyoya senpai. I mean, just seeing the struggle that he had to deal with being the 3rd child of this very prestigious family, I thought was really touching, and I really liked his relationship with Tamaki. I mean, it was really dynamic, they really worked very well together, and you get more understanding as to how the club was formed and how Tamaki and Kyoya became really good friends. And speaking of that, I thought that all the platonic relationships throughout this entire anime were handled very well. Now, why do I only say platonic? We'll get to that soon. But not only are our 7 main characters very well developed, but a lot of the side characters get a lot of good development and a lot of focus. It kind of reminds me of Mushishi in a way, where the side characters are just as developed as the main characters and get as much focus as the main characters, to where you really like them and you become attached to them. I like when stories can develop every character, even side characters that only show up for 1 episode. Because you could say a lot in 1 episode and you can make a strong bond in one episode, and I felt like this anime executed that really well. And just like the backstories of the main characters, I also have two personal favorite side characters. The first one being Renge. She is awesome. The best thing about her is her entrance. Every time she enters into a scene, they use this recycled animation about this really powerful generator powering up, and you see the electricity sparking, and then she slowly spins up until she gets into the scene. I love that. I mean, as much as I'm not a big fan of recycled animation, this is recycled animation used very well because it's used as a joke and it really works for the scene. I mean, if it's recycled animation to hide the fact that they couldn't do another scene similar to it, then I have a problem. But if it's a recycled scene as a gag, perfect. My second favorite side character, and honestly my favorite side story, is the one about this guy with red hair who's the head of this mob family, but he has this really mean disposition to the point where every time he looks at somebody they get scared and like, oh, he's gonna kill us or he's gonna hurt us. But he has a very kind heart and he just wants to be liked by his subjects and by his friends, and he just wants to play kick the can with his fellas. That story had me laughing my ass off. Like, I could watch those two episodes back to back to back and have so much fun with it. It is just really hilarious. I like this character a lot, and the gags and the jokes in this anime really worked. The voice acting was spectacular and energetic with a fantastic voice cast. And I know it is a bit cliche to say that the voice work was really good in a Funimation dub, because generally speaking, most Funimation dubs are really good. But still, I feel like I should acknowledge that because it was really good. And the voice cast was fantastic across the board. You got Caitlin Glass as our main character, Haruhi Fujioka. I thought she did a really good job, and as you all know, she also voiced one of my all-time favorite characters in anime, Yakumo Sakamoto. And I really like her voice. She did a really good job here. Vic Mignogna gave the best performance I've ever heard from him as Tamaki. I thought he really embodied the character and he really fit that character. He brought so much energy and I really liked it. And I do kind of find it coincidental that both Caitlin Glass and Vic Mignogna star as the main characters of an anime again, just like Full Metal Alchemist. Other standouts include J. Michael Tatum, of course, because that guy's fantastic all the time. Lucy Christian as Bunny Senpai. She really fit that role perfectly. Todd Haberkorn, I believe that's his name, as Hikari. Probably one of his best voice works I've heard from him. And Greg Ayers as Karu, the other brother of the twins, and he also did a fantastic job. And lastly, I thought the humor and drama was balanced very well. One did not overpower the other, and I love animes that can find a great balance between laughter and drama. Really good. And also, I gotta just mention, love the opening theme, Japanese version. I don't like the English version at all. I don't know why they made an English version. The Japanese version was much more superior. Just stick with that. That was just a personal gripe though. But since we're talking about personal gripes, let's talk about the few problems I have with this anime. Now this might surprise you because this is a shoujo anime and there are elements of this in there, but for a romantic comedy anime, there wasn't a lot of romance in this anime, which really took me by surprise. I was expecting more romance than I actually got. And that's not to say that there weren't any good romantic moments. I mean, there were some really good romance moments. I mean, moments with Hikari and Haruhi alone I thought were really well executed. I really felt a bond growing there. I liked those scenes. But the thing is that they were too short and they didn't happen that much. I mean, there was only one time that actually happened and then that's it. And also, I never really felt a strong bond or connection on a romantic level between Haruhi and Tamaki senpai. Now that might have been the point because they don't really focus on them as a love interest. They focused on them as friends and they have a really strong friendship and I can feel that they care for each other. But at the same time, I felt like they were trying to build a romantic bond between them that never really worked. I never really felt it. Again, I only felt like they were friends, like they had that connection, which made the ending kind of forced. Like her chasing after him was kind of forced. Now, if you're a fan of shoujo anime, you may be able to deal with the plethora of shoujo anime cliches that are abundant in this anime. For me personally, I got irritated by them. I mean, seriously, the main character girl's mom passes away and still talks to her mom as if she was still there. The reverse harem, the emotional backstories, abundant in this anime. Now, some of them I don't have a big problem with, like the emotional backstory. That helps to build character. But honestly, do they have to always go down the cliche, stereotypical route that other shoujo animes have gone before? I mean, seriously, this anime felt like it was following the playbook of Fruits Basket. Almost verbatim. And lastly, the ending. I was underwhelmed by it, and it left a lot of things unresolved and up in the air. And I know it's kind of like that whole, well, now you could go buy the manga and read and continue the story, but why couldn't we just get a resolution in the anime and then I'll go read the manga? Why do you have to end on an open note to where none of the characters are resolved? Things are still left up in the air. I mean, it just aggravated me. But overall, besides the few problems that I have with this anime, I really enjoyed Ouran High School Host Club with its likable and entertaining characters, emotional backstories, hilarious moments, great voice acting, a kick-ass opening, and vivid animation. It is an anime that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I will give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think it's definitely worth watching for fans of shoujo anime and fans of the reverse harem animes. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you like it a lot, or did you find it boring and cliche and just like any other typical shoujo anime? And let me know, what is your favorite reverse harem anime? Comment below and let me know. Also, stay tuned tomorrow. I will be having a food for thought coming your way, and stay tuned this Friday, Valentine's Day, for another special video because I love you guys so much. But anyway, until then guys, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Welcome to the Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm 21 the second, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace YouTube.